Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So I'm here today with a very interesting video. We're going to be looking at the 6 things that the Saturn in Capricorn individual / Saturn in the 10th house individual perhaps wish they knew at the age of 20. So the whole idea of this is really in connection with the Saturn return. So looking at an individual who's maybe experiencing their Saturn return or who has experienced their Saturn return, looking back on their earlier years, looking back at their 20s, and kind of just going over some things that they've maybe learned from their younger years up until their older years, okay? But with that being said, I also do just want to say that this video may also resonate for those of you who have your Sun conjunct your Saturn within your birth chart, but also for those of you who have Sun within the 10th house as well, okay? So I do recommend watching for either of those placements, the placements that have been mentioned so far. However, before we do get started, if you would like to know more information all about your Saturn sign, your Saturn house, as well as your 10th house and your Capricorn house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Capricorn / archetype ebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. So yeah, with all that being said then, Saturn and Capricorn, let's do this. Hi, my name is Capricorn and I am 30 years old. I am in the middle of experiencing my first Saturn return, and here are 6 things that I wish I knew when I was 20 years old. First thing is that failures and mistakes are part of the journey. I wish I knew this whenever I was 20 years old, because being that age, being that young, I used to see failures and mistakes as things that were inherently bad. I used to really be very hard on myself. If I ever got anything wrong, if I ever messed up, I would punish myself. I would beat myself down and think that I could have done more, I could have done better. But as I have grown older, as I matured, I learned that actually mistakes are gonna happen. They're part of the journey, just like anything else. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from the trials and errors that I went through throughout my life. And I've definitely learned that the mistakes I've made, the times I've gotten things wrong, they have really helped build me up. They've helped make me who I am today. Now I understand that failures and mistakes are very much a part of my climb. They are a part of my success, and I wouldn't be where I am today if not for making a few errors here and there along the way. The second thing I wish I knew whenever I was 20 is that just because my father was really hard on me to achieve and to be a substantial human being within society, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be inherently hard on myself. I really had to learn growing up about the parental figure that I had in the back of my mind, constantly running 24/7, and that parental figure was my father pushing me. However, what I've also learned with this is that I can see the value. I can see the value in his tendency to be hard on me. I can see the good intentions that he had. He just really wanted me to succeed within society, because that's what he learned. He learned from his father and so on. And so I had to come to a realization that my father, he just wanted the best for me. But again, that doesn't mean that I have to live the path that my father wanted or expected from me. So now, being the age that I am, being very successful within what I do today, I have realized that I've had the ability to create my own parental figure within myself. And so, yeah, I wish my 20-year-old self wasn't so hard on who I was back then. But hey, just maybe that same attitude is the very thing that in a way pushed me to where I am today as well. However, I am a lot less cold towards myself now. I am disciplined and I am really very well structured, but at the same time I'm not rigid and I'm more loose and open. Third thing that I wish I knew at 20 is that it's totally fine, it's totally okay not to have everything figured out. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. Whenever I was 20, I used to think to myself, oh my goodness, I should be in a full-time career, I should have a partner, I should have a plan for my life, for my future, I should have everything figured out. Financially, I should have been secure at that time. But no, things did not line up that way well, not as quickly as I thought they would have. And this is something I feel is a big thing for a lot of 20-year-olds, you know, because of the expectations and because of those pressures and because of comparing ourselves to other people and their successes. Yes, there are some individuals in their early 20s who achieve a lot by quite a young age, but that doesn't mean that we all have to. And so for me, I realized that being that age, I didn't have everything figured out. Being 30 years old right now, I still don't have everything figured out. I don't even know what the heck that means. What does it mean to have it all figured out? What does that even look like? So yeah, I wish I knew at 20 that my whole idea of success, well, it was different back then to what it is now. And with every year, I'm growing. With every decade, I feel like a completely different person. And so to say that I have everything figured out, maybe that is kind of unrealistic. Even though I used to think that it was a very realistic way to view the world. And speaking of success, the fourth thing that I wish I knew at 20 is that success is not a straightforward thing, nor is it black and white. Success in society standards is a particular way, but what I've learned is that it's about me creating my own version of success and what that really means to me. And so now, being the age that I am, I do feel very, very successful in what I do. Yes, I'm not necessarily making hundreds of thousands of dollars each year, and sure, I may not have the biggest, most massive house or the nicest car, the latest one, but I'm happy, I'm content. And sure, I'm not happy all of the time, but I am a lot happier than I used to be. I am a lot lighter and I'm less harsher towards myself. I have learned that success is really something that I gotta create for myself. And to me, even not having as much money or having a huge home like others, that's okay because I feel more content within myself. So yeah, I used to be really, really hard on myself, and I used to think that I would have to be at a particular stage of my life by a certain age, and there were these really strict deadlines that I had to meet all the time, and I was always pushing and pushing. I was always placing these high expectations upon myself. But being the age that I am now, I look back on my life and I think, wow, you really did not know as much back then as you do now. and that these high expectations and limitations were things that I was creating for myself. It was really within my own accountability to take from that what I wanted and to create from that what I wanted as well. The fifth thing that I wish I knew at 20 is that the accomplishments and achievements I was striving for, well, they were going to come with their setbacks and their delays. No matter how much I got really annoyed and frustrated over the fact that there were things that I couldn't control, that I couldn't do anything about. I really had to learn how to accept delays. I had to accept that certain parts of my journey were not up to me to decide. So the advisors, the professors, the teachers, the employers, the managers who wanted to accept me, I could not physically control them accepting me and giving me the green flag to go after what I wanted to achieve in my life. All I could do was work on what I was really wanting to accomplish. All I could do was look at how many hours I was putting in, how much effort I was putting in. I could only really control what I was doing. I couldn't control other people. And another thing, of course, with that is that I had to learn how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. There were so many times whenever I was younger, I just thought like, hey, you know, should this not be a straightforward thing? Should it not be that if I put this effort in, then I should get this effort back out? I mean, why are people not cooperating with me? Why are they not negotiating? But it seems that life doesn't work that way. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be things that I cannot physically control or do anything about. So the sooner that I let go of that, the much more content I felt, you know? And once I let go, once I accepted, things actually started to unfold a lot more smoothly for me. I was able to maneuver my focus to other things to focus on instead, whilst I was waiting for other areas to unravel and unfold. I guess I really did learn a lot about how to be a patient human being. I did think I was pretty patient, but boy, whenever these limitations started happening, these setbacks, oh, they really, really did test my patience. And now I'm the age I am, and I feel like I am a lot more patient within my position. And the sixth and final thing that I wish I knew at 20, well, that is that I don't have to prove myself to just anybody. I used to have this mentality that I had to prove myself to people, but it didn't even necessarily matter who it was. But what I learned is that the only people I need to prove myself to are people that actually really matter in my life, and also who have proven themselves to me that there is that equal exchange, that there's respect, there's integrity between me and others. I just thought I was doing and helping and just wanting to really show people that I could step up to the plate, that I could do the job, you know, that I would be the person to take on these things. But then when I let go of that and I just took a step back and I assessed the people I was pushing for, I realized that, you know, it was just exhausting me. And so I had to come to terms with who really did matter, who were those valuable people within my life. And in a way, looking back, I think that the reason for why I was constantly trying to prove myself to others is because I was trying to prove myself to my father's expectations. But not just my father's expectations, towards all of these different people that were telling me, oh my gosh, you're gonna go places, you need to succeed, you need to get that job, you have to work really hard, and just, again, more pressure placed onto me from all angles and directions. My teachers at school would just really tell me about the importance of making it, you know, of this whole concept of having it all figured out from such a young age and knowing exactly what I had to be doing with my life. It was such a huge pressure on me. So yeah, I was this person who was pushing for my father's acceptance, for my teachers' acceptance, for the acceptance of my employers, my managers. It all filtered into these areas of my life, and I just found myself constantly pushing for the approval of other people. And so I wish I knew back then that I am I am capable, and it's more so about me proving who I am to myself and realizing that I am good enough, I am intelligent enough, I am capable and able to achieve the things that I want to achieve in my life. And it's not even about getting the big yeah or the well done, good job from others, but I had to learn how to really acknowledge and recognize myself. And besides, if I cannot recognize my potential, how can I accept the recognition from other people whenever they see my potential? Alright, so that concludes the 6 things that the Saturn and Capricorn individual maybe wishes they knew whenever they were 20. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have your Saturn and Capricorn, Saturn in the 10th house, Sun in the 10th house, or Saturn conjunct your Sun in your natal birth chart, then let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!